today we'll be making an adorable Christmas Poofy Deco Mesh wreath. What you will need, I have an 18-inch wreath ring, an adorable sign for the center. I have red, white, and green Deco Mesh, burlap ribbon and red ribbon, Chanel stems, scissors or a rotary cutter, and a hot glue gun. Alright, let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is take my stems and I'm going to place all of them around my wreath. There are several methods you can use to place your stems, but I will link all of the different methods in the description box down below. But for this specific wreath, since it is 18 inches, I'm going to use a full stem and I'm going to wrap it around the outer two, inner two, outer two, inner two, all the way around the ring. Depending on the size of the wreath ring you're using and what method of Deco Mesh wreath you're making, there are multiple ways you can place your stems. Alright, so outer two, and then come to the inner two, twist it a couple of times, just like that. Alright, so I'm going to alternate between outer two, inner two, outer two, inner two, all the way around my wreath. So I have all of my stems in place. Now we're going to start adding our Deco Mesh. So for starters, I'm going to go with the red and white rolls, and I'm going to layer the red on top. Fold my mesh to a nice little point, and I'm going to start on the outer ring. Place my mesh, twist it a couple of times, just like that. Don't worry, it won't move as much the more mesh we get in place. Alright, so I'm going to work on the outer ring first. So I'm going to go from this stem to the next outer stem to the next outer stem all the way around. Then we'll go to the inner ring. So I'm going to pull my mesh and make a nice little poof and place it in the next outer stem. Make another poof, place it in the next outer stem, and twist it. I'm not tucking away my stems because I'm still going to add more mesh once we get this mesh in place. So I'm going to finish up on the outer ring and repeat the same steps on the inner ring. So once I make my way back to my starting point, I'm going to make one more poof and twist it in the same stem that I started with. So I'm going to make my poof and place it in the same stem and twist it just like that. And I can cut the mesh off here and start over on the inner ring. Another option that you can do is, instead of cutting the mesh, you can just continue on the inner ring. I don't have much mesh left on this roll, actually. So what you would do is you would make a poof, but this time, instead of going to the outer stem, you're going to come to the inner stem and place your poof. So I'm just going to continue doing this all the way around the inner ring, just like I did on the outer ring. And once you run out of mesh, just continue on with 2 more rolls, just like we started at the beginning. Alright, so I have added all of the mesh to my wreath. I've also cut some green Deco Mesh into 8-inch long pieces. I cut my burlap and my red glitter ribbon into 7-inch long pieces. I'm going to start placing them on my wreath, but before I do that, I'm going to separate my layers. You can definitely keep them one on top of the other if you choose to do so, but I think it just makes for a more fun and adorable wreath by separating the layers. Again, go with whatever you prefer. So now I'm going to add my mesh. I'm going to roll it at a diagonal, just like that. Take my burlap, and I'm going to crisscross it, and my red ribbon. And I have it to where all three pieces are visible. I'm going to scrunch it, and just kind of maneuver and make sure it looks exactly how I want it to look. And I'm going to pick a stem and just place the bundle there. And twist it a couple of times. And since I'm not going to add anything else to the wreath, I'm just going to tuck the stems away. And then just adjust and maneuver it just like that. And I'm going to repeat this same bundle in all of my sections. Again, you can do every other section. Also alternate the order of the bundles, whatever you prefer. Just have fun with it and make it your own. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of these bundles placed, and then we will add our sign to the center. Bundles in place. It looks so cute and precious just like this. I have left wreaths just like this without adding anything else, so that is definitely an option. I'm going to add this adorable sign to my center. So I'm going to take two stems, twist them together to form one long stem for the top and also for the bottom. And I just want to make sure that some of the stem is hanging off the side of my sign. And then I'm going to hot glue it in place. So I'm going to take my sign and place it in the center of my wreath. I'm just kind of pushing all the mesh and burlap and everything to the side. I'm going to take my stem and twist it to the actual wreath ring, just to make sure it's nice and secure. And I'm going to repeat this step for all 4 stems. And once I have it in place, I'm going to kind of just like use the mesh to hide the stem. Adjust your mesh to make sure you don't have any unwanted gaps or spaces, and you are all done. So cute, simple, and easy to make. Add in any additional embellishments you'd like, modify the colors, the style, whatever you prefer. Just have fun with it and make it your own.